Hello everyone, Jimmy here again, and surprise, surprise, we're back at Indianapolis. This time we're going to try and get past the first lap, and been practicing some more, trying to make the best of a bad situation, so to speak, and go from there. Not as big of a GT field this time, but it's not so bad. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 car GT field, and hopefully we will do better than last time. Yeah, so the reason why I'm redoing this and filming it again is because I have no force feedback. That's not good. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Where is my force feedback on? That's not good. There it is. Okay, right. What I was saying is that I uploaded the other video, and I think it was Danny Atterwell commented saying that looking forward to seeing this race and was disappointed that it was cut short. That's basically what he said. And I felt pretty bad, you know, like I do like to entertain my subscribers, so I thought give it another shot. It's for me as well, because I don't like to leave a race like that. That was, you know, bad racecraft by me, and hopefully we can do better in this race. Again, looking to try and place a bit higher than last, and I think I'm fairly confident. I've done quite a bit of practice now. I can do 27 threes on my own out of traffic, which people understand that having a tow down that back straight even, will take about half a second of your time. So I'm not too sad with that. Not too unhappy with that. Need to check where I'm starting in the GT field just after I've done this installation. That just to check everything's okay. Setup seems fine. I'm going to check the fuel afterwards as well. Ever since I messed up the fuel on that test race, and be careful there in the race. Ever since I messed up the fuel in that test race, I've always been a bit paranoid about my fuel. I'm also going to find that pit entry. I think it's just on the right here. Here we are. Because last time I also got an unsafe pit entry because I just cut across at the end. I kind of forgot the pit lane was here. Which is totally my fault for not practicing, but just do that now quick. Slow down, don't get a penalty for the race. And yep, everything feels fine. Let's check that fuel. Just putting it on max fuel. I'm not sure how much the fuel the GTs use here. I was going to use last race as a kind of test race and see how much I used, but didn't get that far. Something else I was going to say, it's not in my head now. Ooh, what was it? I don't know, let's have a look at the grid. Okay, we're starting 4th, so that's not too bad. I'm not sure how fast these guys are around me though. This guy I think was in practice with me, and I was a bit slower than him, but I'm not sure what kind of fuel he was running, so we'll have to see. Let's get down on the race, let's see what we can do.
1 lap to green, line up on the right side, pit road is closed.
Yeah, good luck guys.
Good luck, John.
Very polite there by Larry. Let's get voice chat turned off for the first couple of laps and then we'll go back. It's useful to have on when people are lapping you, but at the start it's just normally a shout fest. Last time I commented on how the paint scheme gave me luck. I'm going to just leave that bit out this time, I think. Quite a big field overall, lots of McLarens though, so it would be nice to have a couple more 4GTs in the field, but 7's still pretty decent. I mean, usually you only get 5 or 6, and I know 7's only one more than 6, but still, you know, it's better than 5 and better than 4. Last race we had 10, so it's a shame we didn't have that again, but oh wells. This time Jimmy isn't in the race with us, our admin. I'm going to blame him for our bad luck last race and say it was completely his fault somehow. Seems like the rational thing to do. Right, let's stick it in first gear and let's get this pace lap done. Very long pace lap here. Hopefully the stagger won't be the same as last lap. Hopefully we'll be a bit nearer to the oval. I might mention actually, Guys, in the last race, the stagger to the McLarens and Corvettes was so ridiculous we were still in the infield, so can we try and be a bit closer?
You all are later get Jimmy because the right time we like a port.
No idea what he said there. Something about Jimmy. Obviously, Jimmy's fantastic was probably what he was saying, but we can't be sure about a translator. Just hanging with this number 24 car. This guy's hanging back. I wonder if they'll try and get Ronaldo level. Some people try and do that sometimes, and that is a bit illegal. But iRacing doesn't really pick it up, so doesn't matter though. If they're slow, and we'll just catch them back up again. So it's not that big of an issue. Taking my right side. I'm going to be very careful with my sides now. I've got a second behind me though, so it shouldn't be too bad. This is better. We've got a gap to the McLarens, which will pull away on the straight, of course. But we shouldn't be starting here again. Hopefully, anyway. Let's get those brakes warm. Come on, guys, check up. Don't want to be doing. They're gonna do that. I really hope they don't. That's really not on, really. Those McLarens get away a little bit. They're a bit too close for us.
Get ready, going green. The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
And away we go. Check that left side. Got a GT right now, so we've got the inside line now, which is worth a lot on this oval. So we'll have him around here, hopefully. Also, the setup we have is quite top speedy, so as you can see here, we're really getting alongside this guy. We'll brake a bit earlier than usual.
Still there, clear.
Kind of clipping the cones there into second place. They're getting second gear for a second there, just trying to get into the swing of things. I kind of forgot that corner there. Once you get into a race, your mind goes a bit differently to remember that what track I'm on and all that, and not downshift too quickly and all that stuff. One of the McLaren's getting a bit out of shape there, turning and going onto the grass. Oh, that was a bit close, Mike.
Sorry about that.
Luckily, kind of slowed down a little bit, which prevented the collision between us two. We're actually, there's a lot of McLarens in the field, so there's probably quite a varying level of skill, but we're catching up on the back markers. Let's see what this car can do in a straight line compared to his. The McLaren spinning there on the right hand side. Right, let's open it up. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I do like to run cars that are fast in a straight line with low downforce, but it seems that he's got the draft of the McLaren in front, so I'm not going to make any progress this lap, it seems. Let's take what we can get for now. I wonder what he's going to do about that McLaren in front. Braking a bit early, trying to follow GT through. Is McLaren going? You wonder sometimes if guys practice before coming into this race. I know saying that, obviously I've got to... I'm not sure if I'm damaged or not. I think I'm okay. Spotter hasn't told me that my car's ruined or anything.
Stop hitting me all the time, Antonio. Stop it.
People getting aggro. Oh my god, car. I don't know if something's wrong or not. I might just be getting a bit excited. Being the wrong word really, but a bit kind of over the top. Anyway, see if we can make the gap back to that car in front. It's not turning in the way it did even on the pace lap. We might be running more fuel in the car in front. I really don't know what the fuel's like here. Yeah, going very wide. Something's definitely wrong. Come on now. Get back in the mindset. We can run similar pace to that 15 car. Probably be faster if we can just get back into the groove. Excuse me. Right, spire braking point just before this number 2 marker on the left hand wall here. Really shoving it down. Don't think I'll put it in 6th gear, which I normally do. Need to be a bit more gentle on the gears than that if I want to get to the end of this race. Car feels like a bit of a handful, but I'm hoping the McLarens in front are going to hold up our rival, and we might be able to catch him a little bit. Seems they're doing the job so far. Slow Corvette there. Trying to carry it as much speed as I can into this corner without going wide, but the car doesn't feel 100%. Maybe because of the contact earlier, maybe just because the tyres aren't right yet. That's the McLaren going round. We're a lot closer to that GT now, so it's like I may have held him up a little bit. I don't think it's on pace, considering his qualifying time. That Corvette going very slowly, the GT getting past it, and the Corvette going past it again. There's going to be a bit of anger going on if he's not careful. Obviously Ben's in the lead of our class and that Corvette is nowhere in his. He should really be giving Ben a bit of a break or pulling away from him. GT should not be running with Corvettes. He knows that I'm catching him, so he's obviously going to be all the more eager to get past. Hopefully he gives me an easy time. Oh no! Shifting down into 2nd gear, mid-corner. Big mistake. How frustrating. We're getting closer as well, and that gap's back up to where it was, and we've got the number 4 car right behind us now. Ugh. Got a long way to go yet though, so just calm down. Just be gentle. Remember where I need to be on the course. What lines I should be taking. My gears, all that. Goes out the window very quickly when you start getting aggravated. As anyone will tell you. Ben now 7.5 seconds in front of me from 2 seconds last time around this lap. Just giving ourselves a mountain to climb. Locking up into turn 1. Disastrous. Just, I don't know if it's damage on the car or I really don't know. I'm going to try and get into a place where I can slow down. Come on, car. Gonna have to let off around here a little bit. Being careful now, I'm going to keep it in 3rd. Just use the torque instead of using the horsepower. Okay. Oh, I can do so much better than this, and it's frustrating. Even in practice I wasn't this bad. It was quite a hard hit I sustained earlier, but I really don't know if I've actually got damage or not. There's not really a way of telling, unless the spotter tells you. .4 seconds now. Obviously it wasn't McLaren's fault that they spun whatever, but that's where it all started to go wrong for us. Okay, right. Let's brake a little bit earlier this time. Getting into the corner better than last lap because Last lap wasn't anywhere at all. 7th place Corvette behind us now. So we'll give him all the gap we can, but he needs to be patient. Trying to get on the inside of this Corvette here. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. Corvette's going to just blast away in a straight line. Like that. We'll let the other Corvette go past and see if they can deal with him. Where's that Corvette? It's on my inside, I don't know where. This is all holding me up massively. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Got hit in the corner and then hit again.
Really getting massively held up. I'm not sure what the gap is to go in front now. He's off our relative screen for the moment. But another 130 plus lap. It's like the other GT behind me going very deep. Going very deep into that corner myself, just trying to get past that Corvette and get it done with. Hopefully we'll have the speed of the rest of the lap to negate his straight line speed on that straight at the end. These guys in the Corvettes get up to their top speed before they're through the banking. That's our top speed, I should say, sorry, so that's the speed difference there. Obviously that starts at the end of the straight. Ben Darley now 15 seconds ahead over the last poor couple of laps. Of course he's got to deal with traffic the same as we do, so holding down 2nd place for now. A couple of off tracks that I really didn't need though. One being here where you kind of deceptive this corner, you think you can get on the power early and you
Stop waving,
You
guys.
can.
It's forbidden to wave.
forbidden to what? Wave? I think it means weave. 6th and 7th place, 4 GTs in the pits, so they've not had a good race. I can relate to that. Indianapolis doesn't seem to be my track at the moment. Still a better time though, we're getting back into 28th, which is a good sign. Of course I've had my bad luck now, so you never know, Ben might get his share of his. Going wide. Oh, what the... Okay, I stand corrected, that's my share of bad luck. Again, I don't want to look at my safety rating after this race. We're still in 2nd place though, just so it shows kind of the difference in speed between us and the guys behind us. Ben must be laughing at the moment. I'm letting this kind of frustration get to me, and you can really see it in my drive. I'm going wide in these corners, should be in 2nd gear here, but in 3rd. Shift down to 2nd here, it's kind of safe. Gearing's a bit wrong for the corner back there, which is why I'm kind of stuck between 2nd and 3rd. It's my mistake really, but there you go. Can't believe we spun again. I very rare, like in practice, I think I've spun twice in the entire time I've been practicing. I spun like 3 times this race. Nearly 4 there. Trying to get into this bit, hook our wheels in. Just, oh my god. Frustration just doesn't even... I'm not giving that position willingly. He's bumped me a couple of times there, but it's a 0 contact. Got some lap traffic behind us, it seems. Oh, we're behind that Corvette again.
Sorry.
I've had enough now. I'm driving. Oh, this is it. I'm going down for.
Good guys, Warner.
Watch this Corvette just streak past us now. It can go around the outside. It's got the speed. Comes Corvette, will let it pass on the right. See if we can get past of his Corvettes. These guys almost like teammates.
Down on the fence.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till they're straight. Don't you spin again! What? Oh! Oh, I contacted that Corvette. Oh, I'm just making so many mistakes this race. Back into fourth. This is meant to be like a redemption video. Just turned into me hitting everyone.
Great place to pass, Corvette.
Fourth place. We were second. We were behind the leader. We could have stayed there. TT, what happened there? Yeah, came across and hit the wall. No more spins. Maybe it was the iRacing goal to get me back from that massively aggressive move between those two Corvettes. Why are you breaking through here? You can't surely expect to come into an official race and be overtaken by the slowest class in the field in a car which has 150 plus more horsepower, more downforce, better setup, better everything.
Thanks, Lee.
Both Ben and Giuseppe long gone. Let's see if we can catch Giuseppe, but it needs to be a flawless race from here on out, and I don't want to say anything about that.
It's all good, right there, earlier.
Good to know. Australian man. Don't need to be in second there. Making silly mistakes now. Falling back from that 4 car. Oh, so frustrating. We were faster than him. Come on. make these laps count. I'm using too much turning angle through there. Probably what's making me go wide every lap. I don't know if we're catching him or not. Great. He might be. Nice and tight on these cones. Getting a bit squirrely going through there, but managing not to spin it this time. Braking second in a straight line, lesson I should have learned back in practice, but I just seem to have sunk in now. I think we are catching on the number 4 slightly, but it's going to be a while yet before we catch him. I think someone's spamming something at the top there, so not distracting at all. As another Corvette comes up behind us, they can get us on a straight. They've got the speed. Come on, car. And hold the inside, they can go outside. Where are you going?
Say hi.
I just don't even know what to say anymore. I get slowed down for taking the same line as everybody else. Come on then. I have slowed.
Inside, Ricardo. Rodrigo, I'm going to lift, mate. Go to the right. I'm going to lift. Thanks, Michael.
In danger of losing 4th soon if I don't get a move on. Losing 3rd, sorry. I'm sorry guys, this hasn't been very entertaining commentary wise, I've just been very frustrated with my own driving. It's not like I've not done any practice here, and now I've got lag. What is going on? This is not my race today. I don't know how I got through that corner. Everything just not working properly.
Sorry, Michael.
Where is it? 2 GTs there lapped. Guys are in the pits at the start of the race. Come on, move. I just gotta remember that I'm not racing him.
Hey. Well then.
Dude, you're a lap down.
Clear on the left. Car right.
What is he doing? I'm in two minds whether I'm going to put this up or not. I mean, it is highs and lows, but I don't want you guys to think of me as some angry person. It's probably the impression everyone's getting right now. It's not what as Michael Lane was thinking. I'm not even going to it. Third place is probably where we're going to end up finishing, it seems, unless there's some massive crash at the front. The consistent 27s of practice don't seem to be emerging at the moment. That's that McLaren that wrecked in front of us earlier, has gone off again. I don't want to look at my encounters after this race, there are going to be so many of them. This is pulling away from the 19 car now.
There you go.
So I'm not sure how much damage is played into our performance, or if it's none at all and I'm just driving terribly today, but this race has been a write-off in my opinion. I know third is still third place and I should be happy with a podium, but with what could have been, you know, I could have possibly even been challenging for the win of this race. 14 seconds now to the second place car. All we can do is buckle down, and 18 minutes left, so let's even try and get some decent laps in now. We've got no one around us immediately. Watch out for these cones, don't want to clip them too much, obviously I'll get a slow down for that. Doesn't apply to the Corvettes, of course. Not really a second gear corner, but brain deciding it needs it anyway. A little lift through there. Car can't go through there. Flat. Took 14 seconds to the number 4 car. It was difficult to hit that right. That was correct, but I didn't get the power early enough. So I've taken a second out of the 4 car there. We can do that for 13 more laps, we'll catch him, but that's not going to be quick enough. Getting on the brakes too much, they're going a bit wide for that corner, but lucky there's a bit of rumble strip on the outside here. Kind of saves us a little bit. Something that I'm noticing on myself so far is I'm very inconsistent with the gears that I'm in. Need to be deciding these gears before the corners and getting it done before I've turned in. I'm not sure of this gap now. It kind of fluctuates down the straight, so I'm not sure how far we are. 28.1, getting quicker. Feels purely academic now, to be honest. I mean, I know anything can happen, but it's unlikely. I mean, I've spun so many times this race, and that's primarily down to me. Don't be another off track. Just about avoided that. Try not to brake too harsh for that corner. Don't want the back to come out on me. That weight shift. Just not being able to close this gap to this number 4 car. He found some pace from somewhere, considering his pace earlier on in the race where I was a fair chunk quicker than him. It's not like I haven't practiced for the circuit at all. I mean, like I said earlier, like I practiced for like 4 or 5 hours for doing this race again, and it's just not been. It's just not gone well. I've been feeling very slow recently. I don't know if it's I'm just kind of overdriving myself, or I need to take a break from iRacing for a bit. Not a massive one, of course, just like a day or so. There again, it's another couple of attempts lost on a silly mistake that I know that I can avoid, and then going wide again, another possible couple of attempts. Well, run up from our grid slot. That's a positive to take from this. And aside the fact that my iRacing and safety rating light are going to disappear after this race. Just to let you know, in between this race and the last Indianapolis race, I have done an IndyCar Road Series fixed round into Lagos where I placed second out of a 12-car field. First race ever, so I was pretty happy with that, and I actually gained back the iRating and safety rating that I lost in the last Indy race. Braking far too early. The locus seems to work okay through there. Don't know if I'll continue to use it though. Not getting the blip right, and the rear wheels are locking up at the back. You can see it when you turn in. This is Michael Lane in front of us again. I don't know if he's out to get us or not. Come on. Gearing's really not right for this track. I don't know why I haven't changed it. I just got used to it, I think. There come the first and second placed McLarens. This should make for some interesting racing. They're kind of similar-ish on pace to us. Obviously down the straight they're going to be a little bit quicker, so I wonder what they're going to do at the end of the straight here. They're closing in on me. So he's going to go inside. I can't not. They are fighting for first and second.
Clear on the right.
Come on, going.
Car right, clear.
McLaren's. I think I wasn't going to give them the corner then, I think. Yeah, there's a class lead going on and you're miles away from everyone, there's no point in holding them up. No matter how frustrating your race has been, you don't take out other people. Saying that news fun again. Probably would have parked the car if that happened. And that's a lie, I'd keep going. Here comes the first place Corvette, going to go on our inside.
Clear on the left.
What is going on with this car? It does not feel right.
Thanks, Dean. No problem.
And what's that speed difference between the Corvette and the McLarens? Just eats it up on the straight. Like the McLarens aren't moving. It's like the Corvette need to give a bit of respect to the McLaren fight, trying to get into their way. Brain, stop putting me in second through there, please. Now the funny thing about the last race where I retired very early on is that I was so psyched up for it. Like you can hear it in my voice. I was so like looking forward to getting back out there and driving again. Is he going to get away? No, he's going to pull over this time. So looking forward to getting out there and driving, and then that just happened. In this race, not quite the same enthusiasm, but I was looking forward to trying to rectify the mistakes of the last race, and yet I just have from my standpoint, a terrible race. I mean, some people class finishing as a good race, but iRacing is starting to get a bit higher now. It's starting, my positions is starting to be important. And third place, where I could have had a first or a second probably more realistic, is just annoying. And by this gap as well. Second place Corvette behind us. I'm going to have to brake a bit later because these Corvettes are known for kind of trying ridiculous moves. Not all of them, but some of them of course. I don't want to generalise. Unintentionally going wide there, but it gets in the corner, I guess. Push, 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 go.
Still there. Clear.
Feck! No! Oh. I just want the race to be over now. I'm not enjoying it anymore. I don't even know what happened there. Like, someone will probably tell me in the comments that I was overdriving something, which is fine, or I just had the wrong braking point, but I feel like how I did at the start when I started playing iRacing, where like I was slow and I made mistakes, and I thought that I moved above that now, that I was a consistent driver and that I can keep going with these laps, but apparently not. 1:35, great lap time. Kind of a lonely race now, obviously the product of me not being able to drive properly, but no one really around us. Number 19 car quite a bit slower than us it seems, since we've spun 3 or 4 times and they've not
Thanks,
come
Dad.
to overtake us yet.
No hurry.
I'll look at that time on the straight, see where we are. How long left I've got to endure. I mean, like, as a track, I'm not a fan of Indianapolis anyway. Like I said, the only reason I know the track's Formula 1 and they left here pretty much as soon as they came. The oval I like, the in-course, just not at all. Lots of corners that aren't really suited for overtaking, lots of sweeping corners. Here is really probably the only place you can overtake properly. It's still a sweeper, and I go wide. No, I lock, but I managed to keep it in just about. Come on, turn. I'll look on the rough track, that's fine.
Hold on to it there, Larry. Stay high, guys. Staying high.
He's on the back straight, I mean, he's miles away now. Unless he gets taken out by traffic, there's no way we're going to be challenging him. Oh, he's happy, I'm more. Far gone by now, only 4 minutes left. Kind of thankful, to be honest, and just want to drive to get round at the moment. I was so confident at the start as well. Looks like I've overfueled it a treat though. McLaren ahead is the person that spun in front of us earlier and caused our initial damage, which I'm not sure if it's affected my drive or not. I think it's just me being frustrated, but gonna watch him carefully, I guess. GT off on the right there, just getting well out of the way. It's another rough track for him, though, so it's probably not wise, but not really going to argue. Dean going very well, letting us through. Thank you, Dean. Too much turning angle. Tyres are scrubbing along the surface, not really generating any bite. We actually gained on the guy in front a little bit. It's a long way now, but this shows what could have been. A lot of my races seem to be ending that way at the moment, for what could have been. Our last 8-hour race at Spa was cut short by a technical error, and we probably could have won that. We had a very good pace, and you know, there's not been not had very good luck in the last couple of races. I mean, luck is obviously you make it your own in racing. You don't have luck; it's just down to skill and mistakes of others. But why are we catching this guy? Must be low on fuel. He doesn't want to give us a corner though. Fine. This is the third place McLaren. Maybe he's on a fuel save. maybe he's just trying to make my day even worse. It's really the worst place to be behind the McLaren. He's going to give us the outside line. I think he's on a fuel save because obviously we're not that fast. I'm obviously way over fuel this GT at the start. I guess I stuck to my kind of iRacing philosophy of always trying to finish a race if the car can do it, which is something I guess, but that's about all I'm be taking from this race. I will post it because I did say to everyone that I will be posting the ups and downs of my iRacing career. This is definitely a down, but please don't judge me too rashly on my frustration. I mean, anyone who's been behind the wheel of iRacing can understand that, or in racing real life, any kind of racing whatsoever, when you make a mistake and you make small mistakes and they eventually add up to you losing positions, it really does anger you is the wrong word, but it kind of gets you a bit and it makes you frustrated. That's the only word I really think of. I mean, right now I'm sitting here going around the oval one-handed, just not really giving it my all. White flag now, finally. I should be saying that I love racing, and this is just a race that's not gone my way. Call that going off me, almost following in there.
Ricardo.
You finished, Ben?
Whoa, man! What the hell are we doing in almost last lap?
Sorry.
Need you pierce or what?
Really?
Oh, okay. Well done, Ben. I like to think that would have challenged you if I hadn't made so many mistakes, but that's my fault, and obviously you're the better driver today, so well done.
Yeah, good racing, Jimmy. We're doing that from third, mate.
Yeah, I hit a McLaren in the start, and I think I got some damage, and it's just been downhill since then.
Yeah, I've noticed, even if you bump something around here, well, especially with this car, anyway, I've noticed you lose that little bit, and that's all you need to lose in.
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes myself though, so I'm not going to blame it on the McLaren, but yeah, like I said, good race.
Thanks, Giuseppe. You too, matey.
Well, that's the race over. Let's look at the stats there.
Thanks very much for being courteous too, mate. Really appreciate it.
We come third out of 7. We're the second to last finish in the GTs, and we finish 20th overall. I don't want to see... Well, I don't want to go through my rating just yet, but I will in a minute. Again, apologies for the nature of the commentary today. It was a bit sparse and a bit frustration filled, I should say. That's racing sometimes, though. It doesn't always go your way, and today it didn't go my way. Like Ben said, if I got damage at the start around this track, it can really take that a little bit off, and well, any track, and that little bit is what you need to stay competitive, and but at the same time, I made loads of mistakes that were completely my fault, so that's the way it goes. Hopefully I'll get one more video out to you guys before I go home for a couple of weeks. As you know, I live at university, and going home basically means I won't be with my wheel and not with my PC, so there'll be no videos for a couple of weeks. But hopefully I'll get one more out before I go, so give you guys something to watch in my absence, and hopefully I'll come back renewed and better than this. Well, take care guys, hope you have better luck than I do.